From the creator of One Punch Man, Mob Psycho is another story about a ridiculously overpowered protagonist trying to overcome an oddly relatable day-to-day life. Mob Psycho finally got an announcement for its third and possibly final season. We say final, but considering what they're doing with Attack on Titan, who actually knows for sure? Regardless, this is supposed to be the final season and the closing of Mob's story. Hi everyone, welcome to Jump Report. I'm your host, Noah.
And I'm Taylor. In this video, we're going to be recapping seasons 1 and 2 of Mob Psycho, as well as making our own predictions for season 3. If you guys haven't seen the first 2 seasons of Mob Psycho, there will be spoilers ahead.
Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Let it go, let it out, let it go, let it out.
In season 1, we're introduced to Mob, who's a normal kid who just happens to have psychic powers. Just like Saitama in One Punch Man, he's hesitant to use his powers, as he doesn't really get any enjoyment from it. He just wants to be normal. He is different from Saitama, as Mob isn't amazing at whatever he does. He's unpopular, out of shape, and lacks a lot of friends. But he's actively working to improve himself via the Body Improvement Club and his after-school job with Reagan.
This brings us to our second main character, Reigen Arataka. Reigen is a con artist that scams people by claiming to be a powerful exorcist, when in reality, he's just a powerful massage therapist. For those of you who have seen Breaking Bad, Reigen is basically the anime equivalent of Saul Goodman. He met Mob one day, as Mob was looking for a teacher to show him how to use his powers, and Reigen realized whenever there actually was a spirit in need of exorcising, he could take advantage of Mob's abilities. Even though Reigen is a con artist, he actually isn't a bad person, and as the season develops, he begins to actually care for Mob, and ends up teaching him valuable lessons, even if he doesn't have the powers he claims to have.
Some other important characters to make note of are Mob's brother Ritsu, who's envious of Mob's powers, despite being way more socially adept than his brother. It's a case of them both wanting what the other has, as the grass is always greener on the other side. Another character worth mentioning is Teru, another Esper with a ridiculous hairstyle. Teru believes himself to be the strongest Esper, and isn't afraid to abuse his powers. Finally, there's Dimple, a spirit that Mob exorcises early on in the first season, but he ends up sticking around with Mob in an attempt to possess him. Dimple ends up being a part of the group, and along with Reigen serves as the main comic relief, as well as, on occasion, the voice of reason.
These characters and their plot lines make up a lot of what we see in Season 1. For the most part, Season 1 felt like a Monster of the Week format, and there isn't as much character development as in Season 2, which we'll cover later. Season 1 acts more so as an introduction to the world of Mob Psycho, with the explanations of spirits, espers, and hints at a shadowy organization that we see get touched upon during the season finale. Mob's actions do not go unnoticed by the general public though, as Mob inadvertently creates his own religion, the Psycho Helmet Cult.
Now, Season 2 of Mob Psycho sees a huge jump in quality from Season 1, which is not us saying Season 1 was bad, quite the opposite. But Season 2 expands on so much in terms of character development as well as the main plotline. The Psycho Helmet Cult is growing much stronger in influence, and the shadowy organization Claw finally comes into the light, with them acting as the main opposing force of this season. We also see a lot of character development happening with Mob himself. It really seems like he's coming out of his shell more often and taking a more assertive role in his life decisions.
A lot of other characters also get their time in the spotlight too. Reigen gets 2 whole episodes to himself, which further develop him and allow him to reflect on some of the negative aspects of his personality, which I'm happy to see. This is a character deconstruction done right, and I feel like the integrity of Reigen's character is kept throughout, but he still learns his lesson. At the end of Season 2, we see a giant climactic battle featuring Mob and company versus Claw, a showdown that serves as a gigantic payoff for the audience and the characters we've been rooting for.
This leads us now into Season 3, and the trailer that was just released. What stuck out to me when watching the trailer for Season 3 was the prevalence of the Psycho Helmet Cult. I'm guessing the cult will have a major role in the story this season, and I'm very interested in seeing how Mob handles them. If I had to guess, I think Mob will eventually confront the cult after somehow revealing his identity and end up rejecting their worship, more than likely giving one of his amazing monologues about how nobody is more special than anyone else.
Also, there are some characters that I think will play a much bigger role in this season, like Shimazaki, an incredibly powerful Esper that gets a huge fight in Season 2. but escapes right before the final battle. Another character that is still a mystery is Mogami, another powerful but deceased Esper who has been keeping tabs on Mob. While it seemed like his character arc was resolved in Season 2, I think he's going to come back in some way for Season 3. Finally, I think Season 3 will show us more of the relationship with Tsubomi, Mob's romantic interest. While she's been sort of a background character and motivation for Mob, I feel like she's going to play a more important role in this final season. I'm not really sure what their plan is with this character. Personally, I feel that she herself might actually be an Esper, but who knows for sure. I guess we'll have to see once Season 3 actually comes out. Thank you guys for watching. This was sort of just a short video to quickly touch upon Season 1 and Season 2 of Mob Psycho and give you guys a prediction of what we think is to come for Season 3. If you haven't already seen Mob Psycho, like Taylor said, go ahead and check it out.
So let us know down in the comments below what your predictions are for Season 3. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't for more Jump Report content. Thanks again for watching, guys, and peace.